Welcome in, Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us. What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
All right.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas. Hello, I'm Billy Coppin, the Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
Hey, it's Kay Boning with Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools.
Good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Karen.
I'm Toy. And I'm Denise.
And from all of us at Walker County Federal Credit Union, good morning, Huntsville.
Jason, I'm just going to sit here and be on my
You're
phone.
just going to sit there and be on your phone?
Yeah, that's what the world does nowadays, right?
I
So,
guess.
that's
Some
what
people do.
That's what I thought about. I'll just sit here and just.
There you go. A little bit more.
It's like we're going out to eat, you know.
You're a little bit low on your volume.
Got the family. You get the family and everybody just gets on their phone.
There you go.
Gets on their phone. We were eating the other day and there was like 8 people. There's a family. I'm not judging this more. I'm just saying, put the phones down, please, when you go out to eat. Mm-hmm. Like, have some family time. What's the point of going out to eat as a family if everybody's
If you're
on their
going to
phone?
be sitting here like this.
Now, I'm on it right now because I'm actually doing business. See, I'm
doing business?
I'm doing business because we got started late and
Yeah.
because we're on social media. And so I have to go up here.
And
I got to
click there.
tap on this, and then I got to tap on this, and then I got to do here. Then I got to hit save. Then you got to go to share. Then you got to type. See, there's all these little steps you got to do.
Yeah.
Because Facebook, once again, changed the way they do things. And I
Why
promise.
do they like to change it on Tuesdays, brother?
I don't know, man. But there we go. It's all good. It's rolling.
It's all good. We're rolling.
We're rolling. We're
Put
on.
the phone down.
Put it down. Look, watch this. Here's a little inspiration today. You see this thing? Watch this. There's a button right here, and if you see how it's on right now, now watch this. You see what that did? You see that? And then check this out. Boy, I just felt like this weight just lift off. Did you feeling that? Now, do you have your radio today? Or are you on
No.
call? Okay, I was going to tell you, turn it off. No, you can't do that. You're a businessman.
No, it's actually sitting at the house because it sat on the counter last night and it was dead.
You had a long night too, man. I know.
Yeah, well.
You running on about 3 this morning?
Yeah, about 3.
About 3.
That's all I need.
3, but going 300 miles an hour, right?
Well, it is what it is.
Well, it's all good, man. We were in a rush mode this morning.
Yeah.
So, I come in every once in a while. I come in and I'm just kind of stressed out because we're not in control. The Lord's in control, number one. But we allow the world to get in the middle of it,
Right.
which is just human nature. And the world got in the middle of it this morning.
Okay.
And, man, I was trying to go, and then Braylon, she's been pretty good the past few mornings, but this was one of those quick mornings to where you get her dressed, and then all of a sudden, and you got to move fast with children.
Okay.
You got to move because little ones, their attention span is like 5 seconds, and then they're on to the next thing. And if you don't move with your children in the morning, they're going to look down and look at their dress and all of a sudden decide they don't want to wear that dress that day. And then they're going to take another look and they're going to decide those shoes, they don't want to wear those shoes that day. Mm-hmm. And then they're going to, and then some little random thought pops into their memory about, oh, candy. And it's, I want candy. I'm like, Brent, it is 7 o'clock in the morning because we're supposed to leave. If I leave by 6:50, we're all good.
Right.
We didn't leave till 7:10 this morning.
Yeah.
And so somehow candy popped into her mind, new shoes and new dress. Mm-hmm. And then I guess I'm a bad dad because on the way out, her hair wasn't combed or brushed. And I was like, I got to go, Bridget. No, you got to brush her hair. I was like, no, she's fine. She's 3.5. Mm-hmm. But we brushed. Then I had to brush her hair real quick. And so it was good. I love my children. I'm not saying anything negative, but it's just one of those deals.
I'm just going to tell you, one of these days you're going to wake up and say, I miss those days.
I know. And everyone says that.
Yeah, well,
So-
I could just tell you from experience, you'll miss those days.
The other night, I made a comment where I said, "Can we just fast forward to the part to where they both get up and put on their own clothes and all?" And then I immediately regretted it because I knew that one day that's going to be.
And it will be here before you know it.
And
But the funny part's going to be is when they start dressing themselves. That's going to be the funny part.
well, Braylon does that already. She's learning.
When they start picking out their own clothes and they're not matched and they have two different shoes on.
Yeah, she puts them on backwards, which is really nice too. It's always fun. And then you got the. Then you have the judgmental parents when you go out to the store. Have you ever been? Have you experienced this?
I
have
experienced.
And then they'll look at you. Why is your daughter's shoes on? You know your daughter's shoes. I had this the other day. Mm-hmm. The other day, somebody, your daughter's shoes are on backwards. Yes, I know. And she's perfectly happy. And she's laughing and she's having fun. And there ain't no reason to throw any type of roadblock in the middle. You don't be messing up my daughter's day, man. She knows they're on backwards. And it's okay. Some dude at HEB they're on backwards. I said, I know. And then she put them on. She switched them.
Yeah.
They're sandals. Now, if it's tennis shoes, you don't want that because your feet, your feet start getting a little. If you put here's what you do. Check this out, Jason. We've never done this live on the show this morning.
Let's do the live.
Let's just try this real quick. Okay, I'm putting on this shoe reversed. All right, you feeling this?
I'm watching.
I'm putting on this shoe.
I'm not feeling anything.
All right, you see this? See, this looks kind of goofy here?
Yeah.
But here's how you fix it. You just start walking like this.
Yeah.
You just switch your feet. And if you switch your feet, you're good, right?
Yeah. Sounds good to me. I want to see you walk like that, though.
Man, that feels kind of comfortable. It's like a massage because you have stuff pushing in on different parts of your feet.
I just want to see you walk with your legs crossed.
Hold on, let's try.
I don't think it's going to work.
Look, hold on here. Let's try. Oh, hold on. This is what I love about live action here. You ready for this?
Yeah, let's do some live action.
We need to hire Kyle over here to be our videographer, man, All right, here we go. Let's see if this thing works today. I don't think it probably won't, Let's be positive. It will work today.
It's going to work.
It's going to work. Oh, it did. Look at that. See that? All right, so see, they're on backwards, okay? And then here's how you fix it. And now they're on the right way. That's all you got to do.
Okay.
It's not a big deal.
No, it's not. I just want to see you walk like that.
No, I ain't going to walk off, fall over, and bust my head, man.
Okay.
I did an activity the other Wednesday night with the children, and we were talking about, I don't remember what it was, honestly. We're putting something in a bowl. It was like what do you call those things? Like an object lesson, right?
Okay.
And I forgot, and my brain is always just gone, and I forget within 10 minutes what I was doing. But the lesson,
you're doing better than me. It doesn't take me but like two,
and then you're gone.
I've reached a point in life where I get up to like go to the kitchen to get something. I get to the kitchen, I'm going, what did I come in here for? So then I have to go back to whatever room I was in, and I go, oh yeah, now I remember.
Well, that word "gone" has been sticking in my head because we were joking about on the show the other day. There's Billy knew exactly what I was talking about because he's seen it. But there's a commercial for these vegetable supplements that come in these little a Balance of Nature. That's Balance of Nature.
Okay.
And boy, they've almost got me on their marketing.
Really?
Yes, because I see it so much that I said, man, I think I need to get me some Balance of Nature.
Well, maybe you do.
Well, this guy had been taking them, and he's talking about it, and the word "gone" sticks into my head because in the commercial he enunciates "gone" really huge. I guess that was when the producers were telling him to do the testimonial. They're like, make sure that you enunciate "gone" really big.
Gone.
And so Here's an old boy. Seems like just a good old boy that you and I'd like to hang out with, right?
Okay.
He's got a baseball cap on. It's some railroad cap, works for the railroad, and
Okay.
he's given his testimonial about the balance of nature.
All
Now,
right.
they're not paying us to talk about that this morning. If the algorithm picks up and you're the folks from the balance of nature, feel free to send a $5,000 check. We wouldn't mind at all. Jason and I will split it 50-50.
Yeah.
But he's talking in the
I mean,
commercial.
that would pay for, like, one of my installments for, school.
Yeah, it's the Jason Thompson School Fund.
That's it.
Balance of Nature can support that. Well,
Hey.
this guy in the commercial, he was talking, and he was talking to his wife. He was telling a story about talking to his wife, and he goes, my back pain is gone, and she goes, my back pain isn't there anymore. And then he describes his wife talking. He goes, you don't understand, honey. It's gone.
Oh, I know
you know what
which.
I'm talking
I
about?
have seen that commercial.
And then when he says it, it's gone. He's real real into saying the word gone.
oh yeah,
then
I know exactly which one you're talking
And
about.
the poor old boy tears up. It's gone. So
yeah, he gets really dramatic.
yeah, we need to take some acting lessons like that guy. We'd be all right, Jason.
Probably so.
Speaking of acting lessons, you ever get on Facebook or Instagram and the reels start popping up?
Oh, I like to watch those.
Oh, man, it's the biggest time sink in the world, brother.
Mm-hmm.
But if you there's a pastor that I've been following. His name's Tyler
There's
Galvin.
some people that put good content in there.
Mm-hmm.
You just kind of have to scroll through it to find it.
Well, there's a pastor out of I think it's Georgia, actually. He's got that Georgia accent.
got the Georgia
that
accent.
Joe Raja to him. Real nice guy.
Well, we got somebody in the studio from Georgia. Maybe they could confirm it.
Oh, we do have a little old blue shirt over here, right?
No.
Okay. Well, I don't want to call her red shirt. Now, blue. I would call him blue shirt because it's
Well,
it's
I
our
don't
boy
even know
over
that that's blue. That's kind of
turquoise.
Is it whatever.
Is it teal? Teal.
I think it's teal.
But that word turquoise, is it turquoise or
It's turquoise.
turquoise? That boy.
Can you say?
I
Can you
cannot
say
say-
aluminum?
Aluminum.
Okay,
I don't say
knew
that
it- I knew
aluminium or whatever. some
I
people
knew a
say.
guy that's the only way he could say it is aluminium.
Yeah, our Canadian friends sometimes say that. I've got a buddy from Canada, and I'll be talking to him, and he'll go, eh? And then aluminium. He said that before.
Yeah, and that was our favorite thing to do. Was he was a young man at the fire station, and all the firemen would joke with him, say, "Hey, what kind of can is this? Aluminium?" And they'd all go laughing.
That's like people that say pecan instead of pecan. Mm-hmm. You ever heard that before?
Oh yeah.
There's a news reporter in Georgia, by the way, talking about this because they had there was a news reporter in Georgia, and Georgia's known for the peaches. Mm-hmm. Well, in this particular instance, there was a pecan farm there, and this lady was talking, and it showed up in my reels on Facebook, I guess because we're in Texas, and she goes, and this year there was a very unusual late freeze, and this ruined this pecan orchard, and there was the farmer there talking about it, and I think that farmer was like, girl, it's called pecan, this ain't pecan. But then there's things that we say here that other people joke.
Right.
When I was up in Fargo, I got made fun of for saying ant instead of aunt. They'd always say, well, an ant is an insect. I was like, well, no, it's not. It's my family. My family's not. The ladies in our family are not insects. They're wonderful people.
Right.
They're not in. Don't be telling me that
Right.
it's an insect. The other one was y'all. That's a big one. But y'all has started to transcend now all over everywhere.
It's starting to more, but they they prefer the you guys up there.
Oh, yeah, you guys.
You guys?
You guys. That's one. You betcha is another one.
Yeah, you betcha.
And don't you know? That's a good one.
Yeah, don't you know?
But other than that, I don't remember a whole lot.
Really?
Again, because it's that, what did I say, that 2 hour or 10 hour or whatever it was. I don't remember. See, I don't even remember what I said.
Yeah, I know.
Yours was what, 2 minutes?
2 minutes,
And
brother.
I think mine was 2 hours.
Yeah.
I don't even remember. Hey, welcome in. Great show today. We want to say hello to all of you. Hope that you're waking up blessed here this morning on what we call a Tactical Tuesday. Our friend Jason Thompson here from Guardian Defense for all things personal safety. Check them out online at guardiandefensellc.com. We are here, episode number 510. 510. About 2.5 years into this now, and we appreciate all the audience and everybody for being a part of this show. I know we joke around, but the core of the show is to uplift and inspire our community and to remind you every single day how blessed we are to be here in Huntsville, Texas, and East Texas. There's so many good things that are happening right here in our community, and we get to see so many good people every single day, whether it's our co-host like Jason, or even our guests.
Or a host like Rob.
No, nothing about me. It's all you guys, man. And in fact, on the 550th episode, I'm going to figure out a way where I'm going to quit talking as much.
Okay.
I think I'm going to AI myself.
You're going to AI yourself?
The technology's getting so good now that I think I can AI myself. We can split the screen right here and then add me on this side, and no one will ever notice.
I think so.
But there may be a glitch every once in a while, where it restarts.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the AI video the other day of this robot that they've put AI technology into?
No.
Scariest thing. It was on Fox News. So
the only thing I saw recently on robots was the robot marathon. I saw like a little blip on the news about a robot marathon, and about 3/4 of them like broke.
Well, this was they have put AI technology into these robots to perform certain tasks. Well, they were testing one of them, and the robot just went off on the people.
Really?
And they had it on a harness,
Mm-hmm.
and the guys were scrambling to shut this thing down, but it started swatting at them. Mm-hmm. And boy, what's that old movie Terminator or whatever, Skynet?
Yeah, that's what I'm sitting here thinking.
Yikes.
Terminator's coming to life.
Yeah, be careful. Be careful what you wish for. There's technology's growing at such a fast rate that it's kind of getting scary. So, Well, hey, do us a favor. We're going to take a break here in a few moments. Do us a huge favor. Let us know that you're out there this morning. Please like and share this broadcast, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube. If you're on the Spirit Radio FM app, obviously you can't share the audio, but just let folks know that we're here. And most importantly, send us a comment this morning and let us know what you're thankful for. We always like to have a little gratitude on the show. And so this morning, just comment in. Let us know what you're thankful for as you are awake and moving here on this wonderful Tuesday. Our friends are here. Who is it? Well, we'll find out in a moment. I'm going to keep you hanging. Normally, I give a little teaser about who it is, but I'm not even going to say who it is. I'm going to just say you better stay tuned in because you're in for a real treat today.
I think so.
And literally, if there's something that you do, in a way, you kind of
let's give them the teaser. We have one of our guests this morning got on the road at exactly 5:55 a.m. to be here on time.
She knew she had called another friend of ours who had made this connection. And she said, I heard about that show. There's about 3 million people that watch. And she said, well, actually, there's 3.2 million now.
3.2 million.
3.2 million. Higher than the Super Bowl ratings.
Higher than the Super Bowl?
Good Morning, Huntsville.
I'm telling you.
People are skipping work. I mean, people are emailing us. They're getting fired from their jobs because they're staying home watching this show.
I know. We're just like the biggest hit.
Yeah. It's you, brother, on Tuesday.
No, it's not.
They know when Jay Tomp is here.
No, so it's got to be my boy Billy on Friday.
That's it, yeah. Well, and our boy Jason on Thursday.
Yeah.
Let's just say everybody every day of the week except Monday, except Tuesday. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, except Tuesday.
Well, hey,
I'm just the fill-in dude.
No, you're not, buddy. Well, hey, let's text in the keyword. How about this? Summer is the keyword before we take a break.
Summer, yeah, that's fitting considering what our high temperature is supposed to be today.
Golly, it's going to be like 94 today, and then tomorrow?
It's supposed to be almost 100.
100 degrees tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And thank goodness that on the 21st of May, that's a Wednesday, between 1 and 7 o'clock, here's another teacher, between 1 and 7 o'clock, thank goodness, if it's going to be 100 degrees, you don't got to worry about it being 100 degrees because there's a very long thing that moves on wheels that's coming here to the church. And we're going to talk about what that is and how you can stay cool while being cool, doing something that's cool for others.
Oh,
so
okay, I got you.
So we're going to do that. Hey, text in the keyword summer. How about today? Boy, we gave away rodeo yesterday. You know what? We're going to do in honor of Raise a Hope coming up here June the 5th. Why don't we give away a little piece of jewelry today?
That sounds like a good thing.
We got some jewelry today valued anywhere from $100 to $300, courtesy of our friends at Elliott's Jewelers. And all you've got to do is text in the keyword summer on the Your Name Here phone and text line.
Yeah.
Our sponsor for that is No More. They have shut down operations, and so we are looking for a sponsor for our phone and text line. But just text in the keyword summer along with your name to 936-339-0139. Again, that number 936-339-0139. We'll step aside. We'll take a brief break, and when we come back, we have our friends here who we've been teasing. They'll be here in just a few moments, so stay with us. More to come. This is your show. It's Good Morning Huntsville here on Tuesday, brought to you by Guardian Defense. Illuminate your child's future at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools in Huntsville. Established in 1997 by Kay Boning, our award-winning center merges Christian values with 25 years of Montessori excellence, promoting wonder and discovery in every child. As the only Montessori school within 45 miles, we provide a fun and friendly environment, individualized Montessori methods, and love and care as if each child were our own. Safety is a priority, and with a recent $50,000 investment, our facilities inspire growth, creativity, and learning. Plus, as a nonprofit, we open Montessori doors to families of all economic backgrounds. Partner with the community pillar where every child's promise shines bright. Discover Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools today. Visit tpms.life. That's tpms.life. Since 2010, the Oak Ridge Disciple House has helped men break free from addiction, not with quick fixes, but lasting change through Jesus Christ. They've celebrated 167 graduates at Oak Ridge and 138 more at Interfaith with an 80% success rate. That's compared to just 5% in most secular programs. The fact is, Jesus works. And now, celebrating 15 years, they're building their third house in Tennessee and just launched a women's program, Restoration Ranch in Texas. It's all for God's glory. And here's the heart of it. They never turn anyone away for lack of money. In fact, 95% of families receive scholarships. As one person put it, don't talk about it, be about it. Every penny counts. Donate today at oakridgedisciplehouse.com and help change a life forever. The Oak Ridge Disciple House. Online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Real recovery, real hope.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
The church should be transformational. And maybe you've never been to church, or maybe life has left you feeling lost, but Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." At First Baptist Church, Huntsville, a harbor of hope, we're not trying to fit in with the world. We're here to help you step into something greater, a fresh start, a new life in Christ. Join us this Sunday at 10:45 and see what God can do in your life. Visit fbchuntsville.org. Hope is here, and we're saving a seat just for you.
Loving Jesus, loving people side by side. In this harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville. Braylon, say, this is Spirit Radio.
This is Spirit Radio.
Support for SpiritRadio.fm comes from loyal listeners just like you. Want to help spread the good news across Huntsville and beyond? Underwriting opportunities are available for loyal listeners, businesses, and nonprofits. Visit SpiritRadio.fm and tap Donate today.
Spirit of Huntsville, Spirit of Huntsville, Spirit 94.3.
All right, friends, back at it. How about 71 degrees and a nice 94% Huntsville humidity? I don't even know why I say the humidity, because it's always 90 plus here in Huntsville in the morning. How about 93 today? Hey, it's going to be a little bit cooler than we anticipated tomorrow. 97. The mid-90s through the rest of the week, but the good news is sunny, clear, a good week lined up. Summer is officially, I don't know if it's officially here, but it feels like it. So that's your weather forecast here, brought to you by whoever wants to sponsor it. That's also open now on the show. So if you'd like to sponsor the weather, let us know. You can email us hello@hellohuntsvilletx.com. We don't have the cameras on yet, because we're just holding on the anticipation. This has been they've been texting me, and we've had, I told you, what was it, 2.1 million, 2.2 million people watch, or 3.2? 3.2, yeah, I was off by a million. We've received about 100,000 text messages saying we just cannot wait.
That's right.
And so here we go with the big reveal this morning, coming at you live in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Victoria Stoddard joining us, and also our friend Ruth Webb. Good to see y'all.
Good morning.
Thank you for driving all the way, 80 miles this morning. Goodness, we're going to pay your gas.
It's all good. It's all good. It's part of my job.
Well, Victoria is the account manager with the Gulf Coast Regional Blood Center, and so good to have you joining us. And we would have never got to know you if it wasn't for our friend, Miss Ruth Webb.
That is very true.
We have, I don't want to say taken Ruth under our wing, but we just absolutely love her here at First. She's been so instrumental and doing so many good things in our community, and we're just so thankful. So first and foremost, as a friend, I wanted to tell you, thank you, Ruth, for all that you do in the community. She does it from the goodness of her heart, and she does not receive enough credit for all the good things that she does, and now officially a Rotarian.
That's true.
So pretty fun things going on.
It
Ruth.
is. I'm really happy to be able to give back in the community. I moved down here from Dallas 5 years ago, and I decided to see what I could do to give back to the community, where I live, where I worship, where I, spend all my time.
Yeah. Well, Ruth, I got to ask you a question real quick. I'm going to ask Victoria also. Is it Huntsville or Huntsville?
I never thought about it. How about you?
I mean, I've only been in Texas a year and a half, so I'm not super confident. I say Huntsville.
Okay, Huntsville. All right.
I think that's what I do.
Sometimes it depends on what kind of morning it is for me. If I'm like cruising in, normally I'm listening to Spirit Radio, which is our Christian radio station. But every once in a while, the Sirius XM, my wife leaves it on one of the country stations. And so if my Spirit Radio doesn't come on, it's the Sirius XM country station. And on those mornings, Ruth and Victoria, when I hear it's Huntsville. It just kind of depends on the morning. So, but this morning, it's Huntsville. So welcome in. Good to see both of y'all. We wanted to chat today about a lot of great things, we do on the show all the time happening in our community. And one of those is a way that people can give back. It's something that I'll be honest, I was really scared about. I would have been years ago, but now I'm not going to be nervous about it. And you know why? Because Ruth has made it just sound like it's just a breeze. It's nothing to worry about. And so we're going to talk here in a few moments about the blood drive that's coming up. But before we do that, I always like to, for our audience, just for folks to get to know you a little bit. Ruth, I'll start with you if that's okay. Just kind of, I know you mentioned from Dallas, but just let us know a little bit about Ruth Webb and just here in Huntsville and what you enjoy and those kind of things.
Well, I retired in 2020. I was a legal secretary in downtown Dallas. And my son, who lives in the Heights, he and his family, they encouraged my husband and I to move this direction to be closer. And he said, Mom, it's time to retire. Why don't you get a little closer to Houston? So that's what we did. And a lot of people question, like, why Huntsville? But we didn't want to live in Houston. So this is a great place to be.
Awesome. Well, Victoria, kind of the same question for you. Now, I know you're not here in Huntsville. You're down in Pearland.
Yes, now, some people have told me it's Pearland. I don't know. I say Pearland.
Okay. Well, let us know a little bit about your story and maybe just how you got connected to what you do now.
Sure. So my husband and I moved to Texas about a year and a half ago when he began working for Baylor College of Medicine. And I had worked in a church for 24 years, actually, and decided I wanted to still work in the nonprofit world and make a difference. But I didn't know how I was going to do that. And I actually went to find a place to donate platelets and could not find what I expected to find, and then found Gulf Coast Regional Blood Center. And so began as a donor, and then shortly thereafter became an account manager. And love what I do.
Awesome. Well, that's, it's one of those things people don't think much about giving blood, but it is something that is so important because there are people in need, and sometimes you hear of shortages of blood. Ruth, what really got you involved? What was the thing for you that said, I really want to get behind this cause, because you have been all in and it's been great?
Well, I gave blood in the Dallas area through the Carter Blood Care program. And being retired, I think, I need to find some place to plug in. And I started giving 5 years ago with the Gibbs Pre-K here in Huntsville with the Huntsville Church's Blood Drive program. They have a drive every second Saturday of the month. And I had given blood about 2 or 3 times, and they said, what church are you representing? And I told them what church I was attending. And at some point they said, well, we need an account rep, a coordinator from that church. So I said yes. And I did that for a while, and I continued to do that. And then I decided to start doing blood drives in the area, my community, Texas Grand Ranch. So I've been doing that for about 3 years. And one day I had this idea. Well, I have friends in Elkins Lake, so I contacted Ramona Denson, and they're having blood drives now there. I changed churches in the fall, and I approached Jason Bay and you, and you were very excited about it. So we're having our first drive at the end of the month.
I don't want you to gloss over something that you said. So you live at Texas Grand Ranch. This is how dedicated Ruth is, and I say this because of, boy, if we had folks that were this dedicated to causes, this world would be trucking right along. Ruth is hosting blood drives literally there at your home, correct?
In my driveway.
In the driveway.
Yes.
And people are showing up.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do it 3 times a year, and some drives are better than others, but just have to avoid the month of October because it's so busy here in town.
Yeah.
So, it was very successful drives.
That is awesome. Well, that is true dedication, and like I said, we always have a little inspiration on the show, Victoria, and I think that's some inspiration for folks this morning, that it just is a testament of when you are passionate about something, that good things happen. And Ruth, you're doing that. Victoria, you're doing this through the organization and just making incredible impact on so many people through the Gulf Coast Regional Blood Center. I did want to ask you something. We're going to talk business here in a moment about the event and all this, but you see, obviously you're in the business. You see a lot of blood. Now, are you a sports fan? I got to ask this, Roy. It's an off-the-wall question.
I am, but I'm not sure I should discuss
it. No, it's okay. No, what team is it? It's okay to say.
I mean, my Atlanta Braves.
Okay, Atlanta Braves.
The Astros are in they're in the American League.
Okay.
So until it gets to postseason, it's fine. I've been to an Astros game, but the Braves were in town.
Okay. Well, on the football level, is there anybody you follow, like college football, anybody that you really cheer for?
I went to a small liberal arts school in South Carolina, so it's hard to find that one. So no.
Okay.
And we've enjoyed the Texans, so I can get on board with that one.
There's a point to this, Ruth. Ruth's probably wondering, what's the point of this? Well, I'm from the Georgetown, which is near Austin. Well, everybody there is a Longhorn fan.
Oh, right.
They always say, we bleed burnt orange.
Oh.
My argument to that is, boy, if you're bleeding burnt orange, you better go to the doctor. That is not safe.
It might be a good idea.
So have you ever seen any orange blood before? Literally, probably not.
I have not.
Okay,
Not
so if you bleed burnt orange, please go to the hospital because then you're going to need blood from the blood center, correct?
That's right.
To replenish that. Well, let us know a little bit, Ruth. We'll switch gears and go back to being serious, but let us know coming up here on May the 21st from 1 to 7. A very important event where folks can get involved.
Yes, we're going to have a donor coach on the parking lot at First Baptist Church right next to the Family Life Center. We have 39 slots, and we have filled 21.
Well, that's great.
The drive is open to the public. You can go on your website, hellohuntsvilletexas.com, and read all about it. And there's a link where you can register, or you can go to giveblood.org and locate the church's link, and it's very easy to do. Just pick a time slot. Just remember to eat well, hydrate, and bring your photo ID to the blood drive. Check in first to the Family Life Center because there's limited space on the donor coach, and explain to them the different types of blood products.
Please.
You can donate.
Sure. So Gulf Coast Regional Blood Center supplies. We're one of the largest regional blood centers in the nation, and we absolutely supply the largest medical environment with the Texas. My goodness, with the Texas Medical Center, and so we serve 11 hospitals here in Brazos Valley.
Wow.
And with that, we are providing different things for different people. Some people may have gone through a trauma and need some whole blood or red blood cells. Someone may be going through cancer and need some platelets. Some people may need have a blood disease that causes them to need regular transfusions. So that is what we do. We provide the hospitals with the blood supply that they need for the patients when they need it, of all different blood types. And they're all needed. And every donation that you give in An hour's time for a regular donation for whole blood can save up to 3 lives.
Wow.
So that's a pretty good hour of giving.
Sure is.
And it's all from volunteer donors. That is a requirement of us. We find ways to say thank you, but we only have volunteer blood drives, volunteer donors that give to our blood drives.
Ruth, I was reading some notes here too, just with your involvement. You've already spoke about a lot of these things, but I was trying to look here. Have you calculated how much blood you've given? I thought you told me this before.
Just somewhere around 16 gallons.
Wow. Well, that's a lot of blood. And
Yeah,
that's
you
good,
can
though.
multiply 16 by 8 pints to a gallon. That is a lot of.
It is. That's great, though.
But I want to share a story. I was on the receiving end 2 years ago. I had major back surgery, and I was told that it was going to be a 6-hour procedure. And I was in the operating room about 9.5 hours.
Oh,
I woke up the next day. I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. And I'm glad there was blood on the shelf. I had a blood transfusion during the surgery. A couple of days later, I had an additional blood transfusion. People probably take this for granted that there's going to be blood there. And I have heard people, particularly, I have a friend that said, with a blood disorder, I've showed up one day and there wasn't blood. So, it's rare, but it happens. And then I'm guessing there's some other programs people haven't heard about. There are ambulances that want to carry blood.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there are some counties. I know Fort Bend County, where I live, they carry a supply on the ambulances so that they can transfer the blood that much more quickly when it's that dire.
Save a life.
Yeah, but summer is an integral part too, because we have people travel, they're doing more adventurous things outside, unless it's 100 degrees and they may be inside having some iced tea. But there is a higher need for blood, and also some of our biggest organizations that support our blood drives are high schools and colleges, and they're not in session during the summer. So we really depend on our other community members, our churches, our business. I mean, First Baptist is a harbor of hope, and I can't think of anything more hopeful than giving someone a chance for better health or saving their life.
Yeah.
And so we depend on community partners like First Baptist, who is coming back. We've reconnected after our almost 21 years. We're so excited to be doing that. And here we are dependent upon you all for bringing the blood during the summer, and we are thankful for a partner who looks to the community and serves the community so well to help save lives.
Well, thank you for that, Victoria. And we would have never known about this, to be honest, if it wasn't for Ruth bringing it to our attention. And you hear about it all the time. Ruth, I want to ask you this, because there's somebody out there like me previously that says, I've always thought about giving blood, but I'm really scared about it. I don't like needles. I'm nervous. What's going to happen to me? You've given 16 gallons, so you have been through the process many, many times. How would you calm somebody's fears? What would you tell them to do? And just talk about your experience giving blood.
Well, I often tell people, have you ever had a paper cut? And they'll say yes. And I said, that paper cut probably hurt worse than that needle in your arm. And it's no big deal. It's no big deal. And it's a feeling for satisfaction that, I gave blood. I can save a life. I can help people. It's not difficult at all. I get a lot of lame excuses, but, just do it. Do it once and try it out.
One thing, too, obviously you're helping people, which is why you do this. That's the biggest reason, because you're providing blood to somebody who has it in need. But there's also benefits to you other than the fulfillment of helping somebody. One, they're going to check your blood. So that's going to kind of be a service. Maybe highlight some of those things, too, Victoria.
Sure. We do 13 tests on blood, but actually through June, so with this blood drive, we're doing a 14th test. We are offering A1C diabetes screening to all of our donors. Wow. So anyone who donates on May 21st will get a free A1C blood screening. It will go to a digital donor account, which all that information will be given to you at the time. And that'll give you a range of where you are on your A1C level and let you know whether you should possibly discuss that with your doctor. It's a very helpful thing. We want our donors to be well, and this is a way we can give back. So besides that, we're checking your vitals. You can have a health history in your digital donor of your pulse, your blood pressure, all of those things, and keep track of it there as well.
Well, there's some perks to giving
Sure.
also.
That is true. We're going to show one of those perks.
Show about these perks and let us know how it works, Ruth.
since it's summer.
Yeah. Since
Keyword.
it's 100, since it's almost 100 tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's true. And at the blood drive on May 21st, if you want to help me a little bit,
Oh,
we're giving away
Wow.
Seize the Day
Oh,
beach
I love
towels.
it. Let's hold this up. I know it's going to cover
Summer
our faces. but
lifesavers.
Check there we
Yeah.
go. Check that out. Boy, that is great.
Every
And-
month there's a giveaway.
That's right. We have ways to say thank you, different rewards. And since I know you said yesterday on your show that you signed up to give blood, so you'll receive a towel. So I did not bring a towel for you, but one of the things we ask our donors and our hosts to do is to help spread the word about
Yeah.
Gulf Coast Regional Blood Center, which you already did. I heard you yesterday. So this is a small little thank you for having us on. So drink your coffee out of that and spread the word about who we are and where we are.
Yeah.
We're all
Well,
over
thank you.
Huntsville. We're very appreciative of the city of Huntsville.
Yeah, well, we love this. Thank you so much. That just brought a lot of joy to me this morning.
Well, in
having you on
addition
here
to
today.
the monthly gift, there's a reward program. You can accumulate points for donating blood, and you can redeem those for gift cards.
Yeah, we've got great vendors in there for your e-gift cards. We've got Target and Bath and Body Works and Starbucks and Kroger. So a lot of
Amazon.
different things. Amazon, you can donate the points back. You can turn them in for a T-shirt or a special T-shirt just for donors on that. There's many different ways. It's the ways that we can say thank you because we can't say thank you enough to our donors.
I wanted to show folks just how easy it is to give. If they go to our website right now, fbchuntsville.org, and if you scroll down just right under the main page, there's a little ticker here that kind of shows different things that are going on. And if you see any of these others, just click the arrow or swipe on your phone, and eventually you're going to see the blood drive. If you tap on that blood drive, that'll take you to more details. And then super easy, it says schedule your donation appointment at the link below. You tap on that. This is going to pop up a new tab. And our internet here is running a little bit slow this morning. And it's going to
There
bring
you
you to
are.
the digital donor. You can
Right.
sign up right away. And
your time.
Boy, I love this. Look, there's
Right.
look
It's
at this.
super simple.
But
It
look,
gives you all the available time slots.
you know
That's
what I love
right.
about this? These are filling up. That's what I love about
I'm
this.
so
I love it.
encouraged.
Yep.
So we'll have to get Kyle over here to give and Jason to give, and we'll just go out on and just ask, give.
And if you're nervous, our collection staff is fantastic. They are trained to help you feel more comfortable, to give you different techniques you can do to help calm yourself down. They'll take great care of you. We have an outstanding blood team.
And I did want to mention too, and we've already alluded to this, but the coach will be here. That is the nice, comfortable bus,
It'll
air
be
conditioned.
chilly.
It's going to be really cool. So if you're like me and you like to go into those hotel rooms that are nice and cool, you know, the first thing that my wife and I do when we get to a hotel is we crank that thing down as low as it'll go. That's our favorite thing to do. Now it's not going to be that cold, but it's going to be nice and cool inside the coach.
68 to 72. That's our span right there. So
Yeah, that's perfect. Well, thank y'all so much, Victoria and Ruth. And Ruth, thank you so much again for what you do and just connecting us to
Absolutely.
I'm
Victoria.
thrilled to do it.
We're excited about this and a lot of opportunities going on. You know, this is May the 21st. There's times available from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. We coincided this with a special event that we're having here at church. We've never done this before. We are going to have what we call Party at the Park. It's going to be a worship service, but we didn't include the word worship because we want everybody to come. We want them to come and experience the joy of Christ, and we're going to do that as a community at Rather Park. And so that evening, you can schedule your blood before.
That's right.
And then just go schedule your appointment. Plenty of slots available. And then come hang out with us at Rather Park. It's open to the entire community. And I did want to say, just because we're hosting this blood drive here at First Baptist, you don't need to be a member of this church. You can be anybody, anywhere, as long as you can be here. Come and give blood on the 21st.
yes, we appreciate you guys making it a public drive, and then it's just another way that your community is serving your community. So we appreciate so much. The donor coach will be right across the street in the Fellowship Hall parking lot. And also, if you want to follow us on social media, it's at Commit for Life. And we'd love to have you follow us and learn more about who we are.
Perfect. I wanted to ask one final question, Victoria,
Sure.
because do you guys get into the plasma stuff too? What is that? I've never known.
Well, we do collect plasma on the bus. All
Okay.
of our plasma goes to patients. So again, all of our donors for FDA regulations, anyone who's donating blood that's going to a patient, we ask them to be volunteers. So on the bus, you can do red blood cell, whole blood. You can do plasma. You could do a combination of red and plasma, or certain folks are eligible for double red. They give twice as much. We replenish some of the nutrients back. So the collection staff can guide you through what your blood type and you what you are the most eligible for based on what's available on the bus.
And you guys will tell us, I mean, based on everything, y'all find out what our blood type is and all that stuff.
Absolutely.
Right?
If you've not donated before, you'll know within about 24 hours through the digital donor. It's on that same website where you can get, or app that you can have your health history, and then where you'll get your A1C diabetes screening. You'll have your blood type there, and also on that login, it'll show you when you're eligible to donate again.
That's cool. What's the rare blood that they always say is the rarest form? I always forget.
Well, AB negative is, the ABs are more rare, and they can receive from a lot of people, but they can only give to other AB negatives. And then you have O negative, like someone in our studio is, who gives to many. And so we like to make sure we have a lot of that blood on the shelf, because if we don't know someone's blood type, I'm not in the hospitals. If a hospital situation, they don't know someone's blood type, they know that they're safe giving the universal blood type.
O negative over there.
And the most common is in the United States is A positive is the most common.
Man, I'm kind of hoping, like, come on, man, be something really cool for me, because I forget what it is.
You're all cool. We love all of our blood types.
Come on.
And we appreciate everybody who gives it a chance. If you haven't, or comes back, if you haven't, we really want this to be part of how people give back to the community on a regular basis.
Excuse me.
It's a wonderful way to give back. It costs nothing.
I'm thinking, Ruth, we're not gamblers, but we could, if we were in Vegas, I wonder if you can bet on anything. You can bet on balls and strikes in a baseball game in Vegas. I'm sitting here thinking, like, we could even set up a bet for whose blood type is what if they don't know. Come on,
I hadn't thought about that.
O negative. So, but give blood, it'll be great. So.
Thank you so much.
Ruth, any final comments? Thank you again for being here today.
Well, the only thing is, if you're busy that day, you can't give, find another place to donate blood. You can go to the hospital. You can go to the Huntsville Church's blood drive.
Public
you can
library.
Yeah, there's lots of opportunities.
During the school year, Sam Houston is huge. Huntsville High School Alpha Omega. We just gave scholarships to student at Sam Houston.
Oh, cool.
And at Alpha Omega this year, actually.
Awesome. Well, we're going to have to find more ways to partner with you guys and promote it. This has been exciting, and it's all about giving back, friends. We talk about it every day on this show. How can you be a part? How can you give back? How can you be a blessing to somebody? Maybe there's somebody this morning that's out there watching saying, I just don't feel like there's anything I can ever do for anybody. Here's your chance this morning, because every single life is valuable. The Lord has all given each and every one of us a unique talent, a unique opportunity to give back. And this could be that opportunity for some of you out there this morning.
And we say that every donation saves 3 lives, but then you add on to that the people who love the person who's receiving that blood, and that's an exponential number.
Love that. Victoria, thank you again, and thank you, Ruth Webb, for being here. It's our friends from the Gulf Coast Regional Blood Center. I didn't have a title for Ruth. I was going to say, like, community organizer.
Chairperson.
Okay, that works.
So, or whatever you need done, Ruth will get it done. That's
absolutely.
So thank you,
Well,
Ruth.
thank you for having us
You
and
bet.
for promoting this.
You bet. Again, more information online. Go to fbchuntsville.org. And I want to challenge some folks on this show. Let's fill just 2 of those spots this morning. Of course, we want to fill the rest of them. But whoever's watching this morning, let's go ahead and just fill 2 of those spots today. Go to the website, fbchuntsville.org, and then tell your friends and your family. We'll take a brief break. Jason and I will come back in a moment. It's the National Day of something. I have no idea what it's the national. It's always something, right? Is there a National Give Blood Day? There's got to be.
Oh, there is, and now you're going to challenge me, and I cannot come up with it. But
I have no idea. I bet there is.
There
National
There
Give.
is. Maybe
it's a month.
With it.
It's a month.
September the 4th. There you go. At least that's what Google told me.
That's right. There's also one. Yeah.
Wow. But we're going to, every day is a good day. Hey, today is National Crouton Day. Is it croutons?
Have your salad with spinach and help keep your hemoglobin number up. So there you go.
Oh, it's National Frog Jumping Day today too. So if you like frogs and you like for them to jump, Frog Jumping Day.
A little aerobic.
National Apple Pie Day. Everybody likes a good apple pie, and also National Fruit Cocktail Day today. Boy, I'm thinking of Del Monte that comes in that little plastic thing that I feed my kids all the time. There you go. All right, we'll take a break. Hey, text in the keyword as we will be giving away some jewelry today. And all you got to do is text in summer. It's a great way to look good for the summer, courtesy of Elliott's Jewelers. Text in the keyword summer on the phone and text line at 936-339-0139. Again, that number, text in summer along with your name to 936-339-0139. As always, we are here on this Tuesday brought to you by Guardian Defense, and we couldn't have friends here and guests that we have every day like the Gulf Coast Regional Blood Center without Guardian Defense, so thank you for their foundation support. We'll take a break. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us. More to come. It's Good Morning Huntsville.
I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Since 2010, the Oak Ridge Disciple House has helped men break free from addiction, not with quick fixes, but lasting change through Jesus Christ. They've celebrated 167 graduates at Oak Ridge and 138 more at Interfaith with an 80% success rate. That's compared to just 5% in most secular programs. The fact is, Jesus works. And now, celebrating 15 years, they're building their third house in Tennessee and just launched a women's program, Restoration Ranch in Texas. It's all for God's glory. And here's the heart of it. They never turn anyone away for lack of money. In fact, 95% of families receive scholarships. As one person put it, don't talk about it, be about it. Every penny counts. Donate today at oakridgedisciplehouse.com and help change a life forever. The Oak Ridge Disciple House.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
This is Deneen with Guardian Defense, and you're listening to Spirit Radio.
Spirit of Huntsville, Spirit of Huntsville, Spirit
94.3. I like how that flows, man. It's kind of like we're just flying on through, brother.
Yeah, I think we need to sell some like behind-the-scenes time to watch you dance funny.
I think we need to sell some sponsorships so we can keep this thing rolling, man.
Well, that too.
You know. Can I just say something? I don't know what's going on, Jason. You ever have those days where you just feel like everything's working against you?
Yeah.
Have you ever had that? Kyle, you have those days, man?
Well,
Kyle, you got to adjust your mic there, buddy.
Oh, man.
There you go. There
Can
you
you
go.
hear me now?
Oh, negative over here.
Oh, negative.
Oh, negative.
He done
boy.
signed.
Wait,
He
come on a little
signed
bit
up.
close. Jason, get him fixed up there. Just a little bit closer.
Good Lord.
What's that old country song? Get a little closer, baby.
There.
I feel
you gotta have
better.
Yeah, there you go.
You got to have the right angle.
What's that old country song? Now, I'm not singing it to you, obviously, but get a little closer, baby. I feel like settling down. You know that one, Jason?
No, I don't know that one.
Jason's looking at me. He's like, please keep singing to me.
No, I'm like, please quit singing.
No, man, it's just been weird. Someone had told me that like ministry. Jason did. Jason Bay told me. He said, welcome to ministry, brother. He said it gets messy, and it does, man. And I think any of us that are believers, man, the enemy's always at work. Even if you're not, the enemy's at work, and he's always trying to defeat you and bring you down. And there's days, man, especially here recently, it's just like you feel like it's just some days you're like, man, what's in the air? Mm-hmm. You know, and that's how I felt lately. And it's like the enemy wants me to feel defeated. And I posted this yesterday just in a way that hopefully will help somebody else out too. Mm-hmm. And I love whenever I'm going through a situation that I have an opportunity to hopefully relate that to somebody else, because everybody's been through similar things together.
Right.
And I posted this the other day, and I don't mean this in like a negative downer type way, but I just have been feeling a few things over the past week or so. And I wrote this, and I want this to be some inspiration to everyone this morning, that I said sometimes the enemy tries to whisper that you're all alone. How many of us have felt alone at times in our life? I think all of us have, right? We've all had those times. that nobody understands you. Have you ever had a moment where you felt like, man, somebody's just not understanding what I'm trying to say or what I'm trying to do? You ever felt that?
I believe so.
I think all of us. It's not like, we dwell on that sometimes. But I want to encourage you that it's just a lie. When you feel those things, it's just a straight up lie. And the truth is, I want to remind you that God is for you. And what do I mean by that? I mean that even when things feel quiet or uncertain, how many of us have faced situations where there's uncertainty? Every single person has been uncertain.
Oh, yeah.
Jobs, relationships, finances, you name it. We've all been uncertain about something.
Well, that's part of human life.
The one thing through that, though, is the love of Christ is constant. That's the truth. It's scriptural. The love of Christ is constant. And his plans for you are still good. No matter what you're going through, the Lord has good plans for you. And I want to remind folks this morning that you're never, ever alone, even when you feel like it. Even when you feel like it. And you're never, and this is really important too, that you're never without purpose. And what a good message today with the Blood Center here, because there's somebody out there saying, man, I don't feel like I have a purpose. Well, here's something you can do right now. You could donate. That's a purpose right there. And she said that could save up to 3 lives, which is crazy to think about. And so I want to remind you to let that peace settle in this morning, and just let it settle into your heart. And let this word say into your heart that God is with me and he's working things out for my good, no matter what you're going through. And it's tough. It's not easy. But I was telling you before the show, Jason, I just said, I feel like just everything is working against me with emails that I was receiving and text messages and comments on social media. It's just, I'm like, you get to that point to where you just kind of clench your fist, like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And it comes in waves. And I want to believe there's no reason for it other than the enemy trying to attack you. And so I've just learned, you know what, ignore all that noise. And it's hard to. It's really hard to sometimes.
It is.
I'm the type of person that I was telling you before the show. I said, man, some people don't realize that some people take things differently. Some people, it's easy for things just to roll off their back.
Right.
And there's other people that can't let go of things. And I'm one of those type of people that just has a really hard time letting go of things.
Right.
And I've been told my whole life, you just need to let that go. People didn't mean that or mean this or whatever. But it's hard, man. It's really hard for me. And I don't think in some cases we have to be careful about how we approach people or what we say to people, because we don't know how far that person's going to let that dwell inside of them. We have got to be careful about that stuff, and I'm very mindful of that. And I want to say, man, if there's anything that I've ever done, that's harmed somebody or hurt somebody with my words or actions, man, I'm sorry, because I try to live a life that we love on people and celebrate people, and then we live in this digital era. And I mean all this because there was an email that I'd sent out a few days, and it's nothing horrible, but the communication line gets broken down in an email. And so I finally picked up the phone and called this person and talked to him, and everything was fine after that. But it was another one of those moments where I felt like, man, here's another attack coming in. You've got to communicate with people,
and I think,
to make it work out.
And I think, with the modern technology and emails and text messages and stuff like that, it's a lot of it's based off your perception. You're reading some words on a screen, but you don't hear any emotion. So, it can just be misinterpreted, and I see that a lot.
Or if you reply to someone with all caps, I think you're yelling at them and those kind of things.
No, that's just because I have fat thumbs and I'm not good with typing.
You ever get lazy on the texting and you're just like, whatever, and it's misspelled, and you just send it anyways because you don't feel like going back and hitting delete?
No, my phone auto corrects most of it. But
look at old Jason.
But here's the funny part is,
we're going to those fancy phones.
the bad part is when it auto corrects, it's usually not what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, exactly, man.
But my worst habit is I will text without putting on my cheaters.
Okay.
And so I'm not really, I'm banking on the phone making sure that everything is what I want it to say.
That it's all good.
Yeah, and then I hit send, and then I realize that, there's no spaces, or there's letters where spaces should be, and I feel like, oh, man, I'm an idiot.
Like, uh-oh, man, I did something today. I love what Phyllis said here. Look how easy this is. Phyllis said this, and we all need to listen to this. She said, this is the day the Lord has made. Just rejoice and be glad in it. just rejoice in me. I wasn't glad this morning when I came in. Honestly, I was talking to you. You know I wasn't.
Oh, no.
I was rushed out, stressed. When I'm late, I'm stressed, and I feel like that sets the precedent for the entire day. But you know what? At the end of the day, I'm the one that I can control that. I can say, you know what? I can control my attitude. And we all can control our attitude.
It is. You know, we get to choose, you know, our mood and our attitude. So, you know, guys, if you're having a bad day, just make that subconscious or conscious choice that it's going to be a good day after all.
I'm the type, I don't know if you're this person, Jason, and everybody's wired different. Kyle, maybe, you know, you too, but I'm the kind of person I just, you know, if I like to just settle things and just move on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, you know, and I just said earlier that you know, unfortunately, sometimes I don't let things slide off my back. But if somebody wrongs me, and we've all been wronged,
Mm-hmm.
I get over that pretty quick. But I also take into consideration if something comes my way that's a little bit negative from somebody.
Right.
I also think about all the other things that person has done in my life. And it's not like I'm sitting here calculating things, obviously, but I'm thinking, you know, that person may have made a mistake and maybe didn't even realize it. And I'm just going to let that one slide because this person has invested so much more in my life. Perfect example. Let's say that you and I got into an argument about something. Okay.
Okay.
Let's say we didn't agree and maybe you said something. And this, by the way, none of this happened with Jason and I, but I'm just speaking here. But let's say that man, you called me and you said something to me that hurt my feelings or that I didn't agree with. You've invested so much into my life, Jason, that I'd just let that – I wouldn't even care about it. I wouldn't even care. I'd say, you know what, man, it may sting for 5 seconds, but then I'm going to think about that guy's always been there for me. He's always stood up for me. Maybe he's right in this case, but maybe he's not. But you know what? I'm not going to let that mess up a friendship or relationship. And I think we live in a world nowadays that we overlook a lot of the things that people have done for us, and we take the one thing that really in the grand scheme of things is minuscule. It may have been a word. It may have been something that just slipped in talking that you didn't even really mean. Or maybe you did mean it and you were heated in the moment. We all say things in a moment that are heated. But we take that one little sliver and we overlook the 99 other things. And I was talking to somebody about this, in fact, a few months ago, and he called it relational equity.
Really?
And he said, you know, that's what
that's probably a pretty good term.
He said, that's what I call relational equity, man. And he goes, you know how many times in my life I've been burned from people that I've invested so much into, not because I wanted to make a name for myself, but just because that's what we're called to do is invest in others. And he said, and then there's the one time that I had a thought or decision that they didn't agree with, and that person has completely written me off. After the 99 other things I've done, the one thing that really isn't even a big thing in the grand scheme of things, but now they've decided. And friends, I want to encourage you this morning, think about your relational equity with people. Think about the things that you've done for others, not because you've done it because you want credit for it, but because you love helping people. You love being there for people. And I'm going to tell you this, and I bring all this up because if you're making more withdrawals in somebody's life than deposits, you better turn that account around and start building up relational equity.
You find that a lot these days. You know, it's always nice to give, but sometimes people take advantage of that. And I think that stings the most is when you have, you know, done so much for somebody or some friends and then you've never got anything back for them, and the one time you ask for their help, it's not a benefit to them, and they just disappear.
I've experienced what you're saying in the media industry quite a bit, you know, and it's but we don't do it because we expect anything back. We do it because that's what we're called to do, and we're called to help each other. And I was thinking, and boy, I really messed up one time. I really, really messed up one time. This guy had helped me so much, and I was having a bad day, really bad day, and this was years and years ago, and he had called me and asked for my help with something, and man, I kind of snapped, and I didn't mean to. It was just a bad day. This was, golly, I hadn't thought about this in a long time, but I felt so bad about it, and I called him and apologized to him, but the damage was already done, you know, after that. But I just kind of, I said, there's no way I can do that. I said, I'm slammed, man, and I said, I don't even know when I'm going to be free, and I'm sorry, I can't help with that. And that dude, there was silence. And he goes, you know, I've helped you so much, man, and I've never asked for anything in return. And he goes, now I see what kind of a person you are. And he slammed the phone down. And dude, that stung me. I didn't even think about it. In my selfish moment of being upset because of something else, I hurt a relationship with somebody else.
Yeah.
And so I'm throwing this back on myself.
Mm-hmm.
And years later, we would talk again, and everything was cool. But it was a long time, man. And in that moment, I didn't even think about it because I was so wrapped up in my world. And I think that's something else we have to be careful about is getting so wrapped up in our world that we can't forget about somebody else's world and what they may be going through or what they're dealing with. And we always have to be considerate of others, and because we don't know what they faced.
Nope.
We don't know what that young lady at the fast food line is facing whenever she's not nice to you. But you know what? You can be nice back to her.
Oh, yeah. And you get a lot of that with miscommunication. Like a lot of people my age, they like the text. It's either Snapchat or text. I'm a little more old-fashioned. I believe in a phone call or face-to-face conversation because then you get the emotion with what they're trying to say. Many times, and my wife, she's guilty of just wanting to text. And there's a couple times that she'll text me and I'll get, that it's K, just the K when she's okay with something. But, you could take that and be like, oh, well, she's upset about something, so I'll have to call her. And I was like, are you all right? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Because you don't know, is that K because she doesn't want to talk to you? Or is that everything's okay?
That's why you got to just get to see somebody.
At the end of the day, it gets misinterpreted.
It does. And I think that's the biggest problem, of why we face so many difficulties in this world with relationships is because of misinterpretation or miscommunication. And I'm not a confrontation person. I took a test. I'm 97% unconfrontational. I don't like conflict. I just like to I'm the kind. If somebody wronged me, I'd literally forget about it the next day. Now, there's some things that are hard to forget about, but most of it, I'm like, who cares? This isn't even important. Let's move on. Things that affect your family or your finances, that's a little bit different. Those things are hard to forget, and I've battled some of that over the last few years. But then there's other things that are like, oh, my bad, forgive me, I'm sorry, or I forgave. I forgive them or whatever. Don't let these small things harbor so much bitterness, man, because that bitterness isn't going to advance anybody. And if you feel that somebody's wronged you, just call them up and say, hey, I feel like this happened. And then once you call somebody and talk about it, then usually everything's pretty cool. Because there's been people that I've talked to for years and years. I remember back in the day when I had my IT company, there was customers that this would happen to frequently, to where I would know these people for years, and all of a sudden I never hear from them again. And then I would find out it was one little thing that we could have easily resolved. We see it in business all the time, that if there's something that you feel wasn't right, man, just give someone the chance to make it right.
Yep.
Give them an opportunity. Don't go blasting it out to other people. And that's something else that I've always really thought about is it's not fair. Kyle, if I had something against you, it wouldn't be fair for me to go to Jason without you being here and start talking about you to Jason. That's not fair because you're not present.
But you see people do it all the time.
And we're all guilty of it. I've been guilty, but I've been very mindful of it now going forward that, you know what, that's not fair. That person isn't here. And it goes back to that old rule. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, then don't say nothing at all. Because people will develop perceptions on people based on how you describe them and what you talk about them. And that's not fair. That's not fair for somebody. That wouldn't be fair for me to go, man, well, that Kyle Jason boy, and we'll pretend Kyle's, boy, that old Kyle boy wearing that turquoise shirt, he's just a stinker, man. And I'm telling you, man, you got to watch that guy. That wouldn't be fair, right?
Oh, no.
That wouldn't be fair. And then he'd be like, it ain't turquoise, it's teal. He'd correct me right away and say, come on, man.
It's still turquoise.
Yeah. Is it? And am I saying that right now, turquoise?
I have no idea what color it is.
I like the shirt, by the way, Kyle.
Oh, thank you.
People are wondering, who's Kyle? Kyle, tell us. There may be some new people saying, what's this? Who's this guy over here hanging out?
I don't know him. I picked him up. He was like walking along the road.
Isn't he from corn country?
I am not from corn country.
He lived in corn.
He lived in corn.
I lived in corn country.
The band? The band? Oh, the state.
The state.
Yeah. The state of corn.
Yes. There's nothing to see but corn and bean fields.
Yeah. Well, let us know that. Let us know a little bit about Kyle, man.
Well, I'm Jason's son. First start. I lived in Nebraska for a few days, for a couple of years actually.
You're like, I got in and got out.
Yeah, it's lived up in Nebraska.
Had to go rescue him, brother.
Yeah. I had to call him to come rescue me. I had to get out of there.
There you go.
If I had to shovel another driveway, I was going to lose it
for sure.
Especially because my father-in-law. That's why I moved up there. I moved up there to be, for my wife to be a little closer with my in-laws because we had just had my son, and they had lived all the way up in Nebraska. So we moved up there to kind of get a fresh start. Well, when he came to pick me up, it was like a week before he came to pick me up. My father-in-law bought a snowblower.
Ah, okay.
But the rest of the time I'd been there, I'd been shoveling.
I bought one the day I moved to Fargo, man, because somebody warned me. It was 70 and sunny, and I bought that sucker, and I'm thankful I did. I only used it like 10 times, then I resold it and got my money back on it.
But yeah, no, I'm Jason's son. I help out there at the range every now and then. You know, we're all live on a ranch. We all live together, and I help out there.
It's
and
a team effort.
It's a team effort, and then when I'm not out there, I'm at work. I'm a work on a towboat.
Yeah,
So-
tell us about that. That's a really cool job that you have, man.
Oh,
Tell
yeah.
us how the towboat and the job, because you're working a lot, and you're a daddy too, man.
Oh yeah.
So you're many days on, and then you get a few days off.
Yeah,
Let us
so
know how that works.
Well, I'm on a 28 and 14 schedule, so I work 28 days, but I'm home 14. It does suck because you're 28 days, you're gone. But it doesn't mean
wait. You're what?
I'm gone. I'm gone.
Gone.
You're
It's gone.
It's not bad because I'm not completely disconnected. And that's one of the good things about having smartphones these days is I'm able to video call my wife and see my son, and being able to talk to them every day makes it a little better.
Yeah.
But when I get home on my 14 days, that's awesome because it's that you're away from your kids, and the first time they see you, they give you that big bear hug as much as they can.
Yes, sir.
And it's those 14 days are my 14 days. I don't get called back out. They don't tell me anything. Nobody talks to me until the day before I have to leave, and then that's when they want to talk to me again, and that's nice because you get 14 days of whatever you want to do.
And you're just left alone.
Just left alone.
Many of us, we have jobs where it's like you're off, but you ain't off. Mm-hmm. And you got one where you're off, you're off.
Oh yeah.
And we're gonna make you a T-shirt that says "When I'm off, I'm off," and then it's gonna say "When I'm gone, I'm gone."
And when
you're gonna capitalize the gone for it.
I'm gonna put that guy's face on there with the train hat on. No, you don't understand, Kyle. It's gone. I don't know what's so.
I will wear it next time I come on the show. Yeah, it's not a bad gig. I enjoy it. I get to see a bunch of different things. I think I'm flying out. Pretty sure I'm gonna be flying out to Shreveport Thursday to go back to work. Before that, in the last hitch and I got off, they had just gotten orders to go to Mount Vernon, Indiana.
Wow.
So we travel up and down the river.
What does the job entail? So the tugboat. So
I'm a towboat. So there's a difference between tug and tow.
Okay.
So towboats, they push barges. We pick up barges. We stick to the rivers and the channels and all that. We pick up barges. We run them out. We take them to different docks. Tugboats, they tug. They run lines out to bigger boats, to the offshore boats, and then they pull them into dock.
Okay.
Towboats, they don't need any of that. We hook up to barges and we just push them along.
And that's it. So pretty simple.
Simple.
It sounds simple, but it's not.
Simple. There's other things to it. Like the company I work for, big company, and they're a great company. They're one of the few companies that, as big as they are, they still care and take care of their employees, of their people.
That's awesome.
They have their own, basically it's an outreach, and the company has a disaster plan. So we can buy like shirts and uniforms online, but if you say, hey, I want one of these really cool hoodies or one of these really nice hats. Well, it's a little extra, but that money goes towards their disaster relief program.
Oh, that's cool.
So it was like a few years back when Harvey came through. They had, people who were out in the boats. They had guys who were out in the boats working, and their families were impacted by Harvey. Well, the company sent people who were off, people who, were at the office, sent them to their homes to help take care of their wives, their kids. They helped cleaned up. I don't know if you know where Bolivar Peninsula is. Bolivar, it's kind of on the coast. It's near Galveston, but they helped clean up the coast. They were a big part of that. So they're a great company. But we have our own barges. We don't push anybody else's barges besides ours. And what we do is we hook up to the barges. We have these ropes that are on the boat, and they hook up to the barge and they pull the barge real in close. So the whole boat and the barge becomes one big vessel.
Oh, that's cool, man.
And we will take it from here if it could be empty. And they're like, hey, we want you to go load this up. So we'll go to the dock and we'll load it up. And that's called tanking. Either when you're discharging or loading up a barge, it's called tanking. And there's a little process that goes to that. And, it's intricate because there's things you got to do. And it's to talk about it's kind of hard because of stripping tanks and, getting the GP paddles or filling up the draft. You can say that, but nobody's going to know what that is unless I like sit there and break it down.
Well, when you say tanking and filling up the draft, people are thinking something else.
Oh, yeah.
They're thinking something that's kind of hoppy, right,
Mhm.
Jason?
Probably.
And like I can kind of explain. So the draft is like the draft on the boat. It's how deep the barge sits in the water. And so when you load the draft, you're basically loading it to the numbers because all the barges have numbers on the side.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
So your water level's here, and they're like, "Hey, we want you to load to a draft of 9 foot." Well, 9 foot's almost to the top. I think they're all most of them. Besides the regulation barges, like 12 to 13 foot.
So are they filling them with water so they go lower? Is that what
No,
happens?
they're filling with product.
With product. So
the product could be, black oil, like any black oil product, which is like slurry oil, VGO.
Could it be containers? Those kind of things too? Or is that different?
No containers. It's all liquid. So
okay.
we mainly deal with two different. We have, it's called clean chem and dry chem, or clean chem, dry chem, and black oil. But it's not just like, hey, we've got a bunch of used oil. This is like oil products. So they said like VGO is one of the big products they use in making tires. So it's like you're taking oil and oil product or oil byproduct
to make the tire with.
Oh yeah, and you load it up on the barge and take it. Or there's dry chems. There's stuff like styrene, benzene, different chemicals.
So this is what y'all's company specializes in, these type of things for
yes,
transportation.
Sir. Like we got to wear respirators with it's called clean chem.
So it's more than just going and hooking up and
we got to wear, like if we have clean chem, like I think the last discharge I had was kerosene. Well, you got to have a respirator on because it's a clean chemical. It's a chemical that can also contain benzene or high levels of H2S. And H2S and benzene are not fun to play with.
Doesn't sound like.
And then there's also there's stuff called styrene. I couldn't tell you what they use styrene for, but they have all kinds of different chemicals.
That's what Google's for.
Kyle Kreiner would know a lot of this too. Kyle's showing us more. Well, that's cool, man. It's very interesting. I love hearing about what people do because if you would have just came on and said, "Hey, I do this," no one would have known. But you're describing in detail what you've got to deal with on these 28 days. Is that right? 28 days that you're on. There's a lot that goes into this. It's not a simple thing. So,
and it's not like I'm working all day. I mean, it's called a watch rotation. I'm on call watch, so there's two other guys there that it's called a square watch. So they work 6-hour shifts. Well, I work a 11-hour shift, but I sleep in different times. So I may get up at 7 that morning and work till 7 that night, but I may not wake up until noon and have to work noon to midnight.
Do you get all out of sorts though from the sleeping? Does that really throw you off?
Sometimes.
Are you up overnight too? Sometimes, early in the morning.
It just depends. Wow. It's like if we have to go to a dock and it's we're going to be at dock at 2 in the morning, but I'm still in the middle of my 12. They'll send me to bed. I'm like, yeah, go ahead and knock off because we're going to need you at 2 o'clock in the morning. Or we're traveling these rivers and channels and we're going through different rivers. We looked where my boat is this morning. They're on their way to Shreveport.
Wow.
Well, there's like 6 or 7 locks. And for the people out there who don't know what a lock is, it's basically just a container sorts. It's like a dam in the middle of the river.
That you go in.
You go in and they raise or lower the water level.
AKA Panama Canal.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and boy, it takes forever to get through.
I'd like to ride through the Panama Canal on one of those fancy cruise ships.
All these things that you're saying about hours and sleeping, Jason's over here in his brain thinking, boy, you're preaching to the choir.
You get used to it after a while.
Sleep's overrated.
Well, that's cool. Well, thank you for sharing, Kyle. With us. Yeah, thank you for letting us know a little bit more about what you do, man. I think there's always somebody out there that's going to say, man, that's inspirational. Maybe I want to do that, or maybe I want my kid to go do that.
It's
it'd be cool.
a lot of fun. There's a lot to see.
That's awesome, man.
Then he sees stuff that we don't get to see.
That's cool.
And we talk about everybody talks about what they see God in every day, and that is a job where you wake up in the morning on a good morning, you're out there because there's duties on the boat to do. Like we're in painting season, we're painting a boat, and sometimes you could just sit out there with a cup of coffee, you look and you see that sunset or you see that sunrise, and you just see what the beauty that God has placed on this earth and what we get to see. I've seen a bald eagle come down and swoop up a fish out of the river, and I thought that was awesome.
That is cool.
I mean, there's been alligators I've seen, which is really cool. If you're not scared of alligators.
Yeah. I saw one. I went
Yeah,
down there.
but you're on the boat.
I'm on the boat.
It's not like
Yeah.
you're in.
I named him.
You know, on swamp people.
Kyle's all, I named him.
we did?
I named him Antoine, and he became my friend.
Oh, we named him Al.
See, I was close, man.
For alligator.
Oh Lord.
Well, that's cool. Well, hey, I wanted to shift gears. Thank you, Kyle, for sharing
yeah,
that with
of
us. Man,
course.
that's awesome, bro. It's always
Yes,
good
sir.
to have you come hang out with us.
Oh, yeah.
And still hang out. You're going to stay with us till we wrap up. But I wanted to give a special shout out this morning.
Yeah, there is one person that needs a shout out, or a couple of people.
Absolutely. And this person is celebrating, these people, this wonderful couple, celebrating 42 years today. And we want to wish a very, very, very happy anniversary to our friend Jamie and Nina Saucier.
Happy anniversary, guys.
42 golden years today, man. That's incredible.
Amazing. You don't hear that much anymore.
We know Nina's been sick off and on, and we're always praying for her. And Jamie's been such a wonderful supporter of this program, literally since we started. And he's became such a good friend, and we just love him and Nina very much, and their family. You know, they are connected to Chris Brown, who has Jump Around Moonwalks. That whole family's just solid gold, salt of the earth, wonderful, wonderful people. And we wanted to publicly give that happy anniversary again. 42 years, brother. Can you believe that? 42 years.
42 years.
42, man. Going on. Bridget and I are at 11, but officially officially 2.
Like here in August, it'll be 2 years with me and my wife.
That's awesome.
We've been together for 4 almost.
See, Bridget and I were together 10, and then we decided we needed to make it right, and so we finally got married. We're coming up on 2 in December. Don't feel
Coming
like
up on
it.
2.
But really, it'll be 13. Where does the time go?
Next thing you know, it'll be 26.
Yikes. Happy 26, brother.
That was last month.
Happy belated 26th.
Yeah.
26. Why does time go so fast?
I don't know.
I mean, it's just like
because
boom.
we stay busy.
One day
we
you're
try
here
to
and
pack
the next
so
day
much
it's-
into each day and in our lives anymore. We don't ever, sit back and enjoy it.
I'd love to figure out a way just to, just sell everything I have and just get a camper and just, as long as I could be back here on Sundays, But I would love just to. I don't know. I've always felt like the Lord's put on my heart one day to be almost like a traveling minister, even if it's just one day a month.
Mm-hmm.
I've been so inspired by ministers that go into places and especially other countries, because in other countries people are so hungry for the Lord. It's unbelievable. I used to follow a pastor for many, many, many years who felt the calling to go to India. And I know that if we have people right here, that obviously we need to minister to as well, but just the stories that he would come back with and the literally thousands and thousands of people that would come to know the Lord through their ministry and through how the Lord preached through this man. Those people were hungry for the Lord. And I think we need to get back to that here in the United States, of a country that is hungry for God's goodness. And it's a wonderful, wonderful thing to know how good he is to us when we don't even deserve nothing. And I go back and think, and I've been thinking a lot about this. I started following a podcast the other day couple of months ago called Imagine Heaven, and it's really got me to start thinking a lot about, I've always known God is good, Jason, but my goodness, boy, how he is just so good. And we are so unworthy. And I don't do that to put us down or to say but we're not worthy. But he came, Christ came and died for us regardless of all the things that we've done. And I love how the Lord speaks through Jason here at First Baptist. It's so easy to relate to. And Jason said, I hear people say, well, the Lord gave me a second chance. Mm-hmm. And Jason said, no, he didn't. He gave you another chance and another chance and another chance and another. If we only had 2 chances, we're all out.
Yeah.
We're done.
We're done.
But thankfully, he's given us so many opportunities and so many chances. And so that's why we have this show. We want to uplift and encourage you and inspire you. And have guys like Jason and Kyle come hang out with us, even though he lived in Nebraska for a while and brought some corn with him. You got any corn? You got any corn kernels in your shoe?
Oh, no.
He's like,
I had to empty all those out.
I shook all that off, man.
I mean, Nebraska's not a bad place. I wouldn't say it's a bad place. There's just great people there. I mean, I enjoyed it.
The people in Nebraska are cool people.
The people, here's some hard-hitting truth. The people in Nebraska are Nebraskans.
Yes, they are. And the one thing you will see a lot is red and talking about the Cornhuskers. And
And, and everybody carries pliers.
Everybody carries pliers. Well, they call them farmers up there. But you'd be surprised. I carried a pair of pliers with me at work when I was working up there, and they come in handy when you need them.
When you need them.
When you need them.
Yep. When you need them, you need them.
All right.
Let's head over to the 0 degree, former 0 degree. See, I knew it was going to happen.
I knew you were going to say that.
It always does, because that's why it's so important to sponsor this thing, because it comes ingrained in your brain.
Yeah.
Anytime I think of candy, I think of 0 degree, which isn't around anymore.
Yeah.
You know, or at least I'm not sure exactly what Rick's doing with that. But, well, let's head over to the Your Name Here phone and text line.
We need a sponsor. Somebody come sponsor.
Yeah, please. Come on, man. All right, here we go. You ready for this, Jason?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Here it is. Don't answer, you don't win. Actually, if she don't answer, she'll still win.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because she may be busy. The randomizer has won. Because I hear her talking.
I do too.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message.
The winner today will win. We're going to bend the rules today.
We're going to bend them today.
This lady's busy.
I know she's busy. I can hear her talking.
She texted in this morning.
She texted
Miss
in?
Molly Jeanette is the winner today.
Awesome.
Molly, even though you didn't win, or even though you didn't answer, we heard her talking. The randomizer picked her. I mean, you can see it clear as day right here.
I watched it.
Clear as day right here. We had, what is today? We only had 4. We had 4. 1, 2. We had 5 people text in today.
Mm-hmm.
The randomizer selected.
Yep.
So congratulations, Molly Jeanette. You're the winner. Some jewelry, courtesy of Elliot's Jewelers.
She will love it.
Kyle said not me, by the way. All right. Want to wrap it up, Jason? Tell us what's going on, brother.
Oh, you know, just having a good time.
Okay.
That's it, man.
I'm gonna leave the camera awkwardly on you guys. Just
why?
I don't just
so nobody watches you typing on the computer or dancing.
We ought to have a silent show one day just for fun. No one would, people would tune out, but it'd be kind of fun.
Well, I think we should open the show with us just like acting like we're talking. There we go. Nobody's even watching anymore because nobody's texting in. What happened to the audio?
Now, what do you think I was talking about?
I have no idea.
I was drinking a bunch of coffee. My stomach started hurting. There you go.
I thought you were talking about it's gone.
You don't understand. It's gone. All right.
What y'all didn't see was he was trying to find that commercial on the internet.
Yeah, I was, and I felt bad because Kyle was over here talking, and my ADD kicked in, and I was over here trying to find because you said "gone" and it threw. I said,
you just have to keyword Rob.
It's gone.
Man, the keyword could be a new thing. If somebody says the keyword, just throw like lights on and
we should,
party mode.
That'll be it. Well, hey, again, Guardian Defense, more information is online at guardiandefensellc.com. We'll be back at it tomorrow with our friends from Tomorrow's Promise as we continue promoting. Kyle just said we can hear you move. Well, here's how you do it, Kyle. Watch. This is what I should have done because you could probably hear Kyle kind of laughing and me and Jason breathing, but here's what you do in the future. And see, they don't even know what I said.
No.
Unless they can read lips.
Yeah. I wasn't swearing.
No?
No. But, boy, I was fired up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Promise. Friends, and we end every show reminding you this morning that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We're really not. We need each other. So please provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. Jason, thank you for being here, brother.
My pleasure.
Kyle, good to see you. Oh, look, did you see him come in and steal that?
I had to steal it.
I
had to steal it, man.
Rob that shake from him, brother. All
I had
right.
to steal it.
We'll see you tomorrow, friends. Thanks for hanging out with us. Remember, make a difference. Somebody out there today really does need you. Until then, I'm Rob Hipp for Jason Thomas and Brother Kyle. We'll see you later. God bless each and every one of you. So long. See you guys.
See you guys. See ya.